Hello, everyone. Happy Financially Lit Tuesday. We lit. So, happy Financially Lit Tuesday. Back at it again every Tuesday now at 6:30. So, pushed it back just a little bit. So now I'll be going live 6:30 every Tuesday. I'm bringing you news, tips, and tricks on how to wealth up. Y'all, today is going to be a lit, financially lit. Definitely excited to get into this topic. Budgeting is something that many people run away from, but it's something that we all need. Y'all, if we're going to wealth up for real, we have to be more accustomed and talk about budgeting a lot more. Like, you got to feel it. Feel this budgeting life. Fall in love with it, because that's how we're going to wealth up for real. Right? So I'm going to go ahead and break that down during my live tonight. But just before I get into that, how y'all doing with this storm? Like, it's raining every day. The thunder is playing no games, lightning going off. How are y'all doing with this tropical storm, Claudette? Claudette is out here causing a havoc. Let me know how y'all doing. And while y'all, go ahead and hit it in the comment. Don't forget to go ahead and hit the share button. Go ahead and subscribe to the Sipping Wealth YouTube channel. Definitely wanted to so that you can stay up to date on financial news. Okay, Trina said it's nasty outside. It really is. I'm like, hot girl summer kind of already started. I know it's still spring technically, but like, hot girl summer is here. And it can't be a hot girl summer because it's raining 24/7. So this is crazy. But yes, it's definitely ugly out. It's mucky. All this traveling in the rain. Like, I had to cancel a couple of plans because I'm like, I don't know. Like, the way outside is looking like a lot of inside. Inside is where it's at. So let's go ahead and hit the share button. Let your family and friends tune in as I go ahead and break out some numbers, and we're gonna get talking, y'all. It's gonna be good today. So I'm gonna tell y'all about Claudette, because Claudette is tripping. So this tropical storm Claudette actually caused about a dozen deaths already and substantial damage. Like, it's pretty crazy out there, and this is just a tropical storm. So y'all, if y'all are not prepared for hurricane season, I just want to say, and that's the huge thing about today. I wanted to make sure I came on and talked about building your emergency fund and budgeting, because look, hurricane season is not playing with anyone. It's getting started early. Claudette is already causing damage. There has been deaths, car crashes. A tree fell on a mobile home, heavy rain, winds. If you're in Jacksonville, Florida, like I am, then y'all see how it is, right? And just across the state, right now, Claudette is on her way to the Carolinas. I know, us Floridians, we'd be like, oh, we got this hurricane party, what's up? But look, this year, make sure you have your hurricane stash ready. Make sure you have your emergency fund. It's crucial, y'all. I want to make sure we good. Hey, Brian, how's it going? Nice to see you tuned in today. Trina said, yeah, damn, Claudette tripping. Straight tripping. I mean, just the name Claudette. My dad's name is Claudner, and he's a category 5. So I believe Claudette is like the baby, my father, which that's probably why she's causing this damage. But all right, so property damage, unexpected costs, y'all. So this person had there has been quite a few car crashes due to the storm, right? Which y'all know, with car crashes, you still have to pay that deductible, right? So a lot of times you have to pay the deductible. Every now and again, you don't have to pay it because the other insurance company covers it. But if it's not your fault, but now you have to come out of your pocket $500, $750, or $1,000 for a deductible. Are you ready for something like that? Carter said, "Oh my gosh, I posted about that name, but I didn't know if I offended anyone." Well, no, I think they're okay. I think they're okay. You're good. You're good, Trina. Yes, so here's some cost damages, right? So shingles blowing off of your roof. Shingles blowing off of your roof. That could be $200-$300, sometimes even more, depending on how many shingles are loose. Right? You may even need to get a whole new roof depending on how old your roof is. Sagging roof, structure repair. It could be $1,000 to $3,000. Right? Flooding. If you're in a flood zone. If you're in a flood zone, you may already have flood insurance, but that deductible as well. Hurricane insurance when it comes to hurricane deductible when it comes to homes can be a lot more too. They could be $3,000 to $4,000. So, all right, Burley Green say he got a question. Shoot, let me hear it, Burley. What's your question? And then while that populates, because I know it's like a little delay, I'll go ahead and move on. So, so basic living expenses. Years ago we had to go with these larger storms. Wilma, remember back when Wilma, Matthew, these large storms came up, we had to go without power for months, weeks, right? So saying, hey, if I have to go out without power, do I have enough supplies? If I have to, come out of pocket, whatever the case may be, do I have enough to cover it? So for those out there, how much money should you have in your emergency fund? I'm gonna drop that question out there and see who knows. See what other financial information y'all have out there. So how much money should you be saving in your emergency fund? Let me hear it. All right. So emergency funds should cover, some of your basic needs, right? So those deductibles, right? So your housing expenses, your utilities, transportation, medication, food, some like vital insurance. So things that you need, like if all fails, look, at least I got this little emergency fund that's going to hold me over, right? So, okay. Saskia said, hopefully I said your name right. She said 3 to 6 months of expenses. Burley said 20% of your profits. Okay, so Burley, I take it you're a business owner. All right. And Saskia is speaking in reference of personal finances, even on the business standpoint, right? We're talking business. So that's great. So we're talking 3 months is great, right? 3 months is okay. I made it 3 months. 3 months is what even Dave Ramsey recommends. He recommends, and then even Robert Kiyosaki says $1,000 minimum on their emergency fund, right? So, and one of the greatest books, Know the Man, Robert Kiyosaki's book, like just knowing like, hey, at least $1,000. Then you have David Ramsey that says 3 months. Then you have other financial gurus that, give different answers. But ideally, you want to have 6 to 12 months. And this is why, right? Because if anything happens where you're out of work, something happens where you cannot work, maybe, like I said, no electricity, and now you need to cover your basic needs. 3 months goes by like that. Y'all, we're in June. We're in June. The year just started yesterday. So just to kind of show y'all how fast these months go by, right? So knowing I have 6 months in my emergency fund is saying, hey, if anything happens, me and my family or myself, we're okay. At least we have 6 months of cushion that's gonna get us to where we need to go. Oh shoot, y'all going so fast. Burley said yes. 3 to 6 months of household expenses, exactly. Great. Burley said Money Master the Game by Tony Dobbins is Rich and Poor Dad favorite cousin. I haven't read Money Master the Game. I would definitely check it out. I add it to my list. But yes, Rich Dad Poor Dad, I recommend that for everyone. It's only $5 for the book, y'all. Get the book. Yes, I totally agree. 6 to 12 months. Yes, yes. So yes, just to give you some comfort to know, hey, like I have some cushion under my belt. As a business owner, you want to have 6 to 12 months. Look, as a business owner, you need it. You need that 12 month cushion because a lot of times in every business you have your busy season and you have your slow seasons. You have your slow months, heavy months. It doesn't matter what industry you're in. That's just what it is. So just knowing that, hey, maybe in July and June is my slow period, or maybe the fourth quarter is my slow period. I need to have enough money that's going to take us through our slow period, and so that we can be able to move efficiently. Not only does it help with having those 6 months of savings as a business owner, knowing that, okay, you know, if something happens where the pandemic happens and we still want to operate our business, at least we have that little bit of cushion so that we don't have to completely shut down our business. Now we have those 6 months of savings in our emergency fund to say, hey, we still can cover our rent. And what another thing that we can also do is say, now we need to pivot our business. How are we going to pivot our business? All right, we're going to take some money out of our emergency fund, and then we're going to realign our business this way. And you're good without stressing out, right? Yeah. Stresses is not cool. We're not about the stress life. So definitely keep in mind that 6 to 12 months, yes, 6 to 12 months is your goal. $1,000 minimum. Starting out your emergency fund can be difficult, especially if you're a young adult. You're like, I'm just trying to make ends meet. Start by saying, hey, I'm just going to put $10 a week in that savings account that I do not have a debit card for, right? This online bank account that's giving me the higher amount of interest, I'm just going to send $10 a week to that account. And you're going to see how quickly that money goes up. Like, even if you're like, hey, I'm going to send $30 a week, $20 a week, $20 a week, y'all, $20 a week. Say, hey, I wanna, make a bet with myself. I want to put away $20 a week into the savings account. I personally do $40 a week. I do it on my business and I do it on my personal side. So out of my paycheck that I receive from my business, I say, hey, I'm gonna set on automatic payment so that I have an automatic savings. Like, I already know this money is going over here, and I'm not even gonna look at it. It's doing what it does, right? Now, if you said, hey, I'm gonna save $20 a week, and I'm just gonna put it away. By the end of the year, you're gonna have your emergency fund set. If you say, hey, I'm gonna do $20 a week, and then I'm gonna increase it as the weeks go by, then do that as well. The quicker you can get to your $1,000 minimum, the better. But $1,000 minimum, because ideally most people, over 33% of people, only 33% of people are actually able or equipped to pay a $500 emergency, right? So ideally your emergencies are around $500. Your tire pop, you gotta buy a new set of tires. Your deductible, $500 or $1,000. So $1,000 is that minimum, right? Now for our budget, right? So how do I build the ideal budget? Now, we at Grand Rev, we do specialized budgets because there are so many different, every financial guru, every financial person, everyone talking about finance, financial advisor, business coach, whoever they are, they all have a way of saying, hey, this budget works, or this budget is great, and this is why, right? They all have their budget, but at the end of the day, everyone lives a different, a certain lifestyle, right? And every budget is not going to work for you. So saying that, hey, like, I need to build a budget around what my goals are and where I'm currently at. So before you start building a budget, you need to see where you're at. You need to figure out, what does my money coming in and money going out look like? That's the step number one. What does my cash flow look like? And then the step two is saying, hey, let me write down those goals. Why do the budget if you don't have any goals, right? So where do you want to be at? Where do you want to be at 3 months from now? Where do you want to be at a year from now? Where do you want to be? Where do you want to be at with retirement? Right? Millennials and millennials are like having the hardest time saving for retirement. I don't know what it is, but the statistics are not looking good, y'all. Like, we out here splurging, but it's not looking good as far as retirement, but savings. But hey, what does my retirement look like? What does it look like? Trina says, "Say that." Yes, I'm sold because that's me. Yeah. So but yes, so we look at we look at what our cash flow looks like. We look at, hey, what are our goals? We write it down. All right, this is my 5 goals. I need to make sure that I have at least $5 million saved up for in order to retire. And that is not that, like, because I want to be able to retire for 20 years. I want to be able to retire for 30 years. So I need to make sure I have at least $5 million. Have you ever heard of incorporating your assets to protect it from capital gains taxes in a market crash such as Nevada Corporation? So Delaware tends to be a better state to create a corporation in. But yes, a lot of people do that. A lot of people will link it into trusts, corporate, and it doesn't necessarily protect it from capital gains tax. Capital gains tax, you can alleviate capital gains tax in a couple of ways. I'll mention a few. So you can either wrap it into real estate. So say you received a large sum of money. Maybe you receive $100,000, and now you're like, oh shoot, I gotta pay taxes on $100,000. Oh no, right? So something that you can do is say, hey, I'm gonna go buy a property with it. Or maybe you sold, maybe your mother sold her property, or maybe someone sold their property and you got capital gains of $100,000. You can put it back in another property and not have to pay taxes on it. Another thing that you can do is you can put it into, you can put your money into annuity accounts. You can put not all the money into life insurance. Because you're gonna reach your max, but you're gonna max, and then you're gonna have to pay taxes on that amount. And another thing is saying, hey, like putting into a business. So of course, with businesses, you do have a lot of tax advantages, especially when you have employees. And also, when it comes to paying yourself, when it comes to paying maybe family members, things like that, there's a lot of different tax advantages that you can use to decrease or even avoid capital gains tax. So there are quite a few ways. I actually have a live. If you go on the Sipping Wealth YouTube channel, I did a live dedicated to capital gains. So if you just go on the Sipping Wealth YouTube channel and type in capital gains, I did an entire live talking about different ways. If you want to check that out, Verily, or anyone else that's tuned in. And I'm sure, I'll talk about it in the future as well, but that video is out there for anyone interested. Just head over to YouTube channel. Yes. So back to budgeting, right? So can you drop that in my DM, the video? I can repost the video. Well, yeah, we can go ahead and repost the video to bring it up so that everyone else that's on here, and I tag you as well, so that everybody else that's on here, if they're interested, they can get it. Okay, there you go. Jocelyn's to Jocelyn's here. So she got you. She's gonna make sure that that gets posted to you. All right, cool. Yes, so building that ideal budget for yourself. And you want to make sure that you're doing automatic withdrawals. Why? Because getting into the habit of saving can be difficult. Like, you're like, yeah, I'm trying to, everybody has a goal that they want to hit. Oh yeah, I want to save $20,000 this year. I want to save $10,000 this year. I want to save $5,000 this year. I'm going to have $5,000 in my savings account by the end of the year, right? Everyone has some kind of goal as far as what they want, where they want to be at, right? So an easier way to help with doing that is setting those the savings goes on automatic withdrawal. So if you want to hit $5,000 by the end of the year, then that means, hey, I'll put it on a weekly basis. That means, hey, every week, let me go ahead and put $100 in my savings. That's it. Or maybe every time you get paid. If you get paid bi-weekly, I'm going to take $200 out of my paycheck every 2 weeks, and I'm just going to set an automatic withdrawal so it can go into the savings account. By the end of the year, you will have $5,000. In 2 years, you have $10,000. And then with that $10,000, you could say, hey, I want to flip that money and I want to invest in real estate. Or I want to flip that money and I want to put it into another stream. Or I want to create a business with that money. Whatever goal that you had with that savings money, with that $5,000 goal. Uh-oh. I hope y'all can hear me. I see my connection's going down. But yes. Oh no. So okay, Jocelyn posted the link for those of you that's interested in the capital gains tax and more information on that. So that is located in the chat for those of you tuned in. So back to what I was saying, just making sure that you set those savings things on automatic withdrawal. Another thing that you want to do is separate your wants from your needs. Like going to the grocery store and getting a bag of chips is not a need. It's not a necessity. In fact, grocery stores have made it relatively easy to figure out what needs and wants are, because the things on the items on the outside of that's not in the aisles of the grocery store. So your produce, your meats, your milk, your cheeses and things like that. Those are, more of your essential needs, right? Because, those are things that you need to consume. On the aisles, those are where all the snacks are at. Those are where all the cereals that you don't need anyway, the bread and the pastas and all the other stuff, right? So that kind of helps you with separating. So creating a shopping list could also help as well. So don't go to the store hungry and don't go to the store without a shopping list. And I know me, sometimes sometimes I go to the grocery store because I like to go to the grocery store early in the morning. Like I'll go early in the morning on a Monday morning, right after the gym. Like, because no one's really in there at that time, right? But a good thing, and by then I'm like hungry because I just came from the gym, right? So, but going with a list can help alleviate picking up random items, because now you're thinking of, what am I going to make this week, right? So having that already listed for you can be like, hey, I know about these items will cost me about $150. Because I wrote out my list and I'm going to get just the items on the list and maybe like one other item. Verly said, this is so true. Automating anything is paramount. I have a high yield savings with Amex, so even my savings is making money. Yes, that is awesome. Amazing. Yes, seek those high yield savings accounts. They do exist. A lot of times they're like super online based companies. Amex is a good company as well. But there are quite a few out there. And then if you're saying, hey, if you reach to a certain point where you reach to $10,000 in savings, maybe you want to do something, put that money into something that's yielding a higher interest rate. But yes, that is amazing. Another thing that you can also do with, making sure that you're sticking on to the budget is using cash when you're going on trips. So using cash when you're going on trips could help alleviate you overspending. So I know whenever I go on a trip out of town or out of the country, I remove a certain amount of money in cash because I know, hey, once this cash is up, I'm like, oh, shoot. And then while the cash is leaving your hand, you can see how much money's left, because you're like, oh, shoot, how did I go through $300 already? Maybe you have $500 and you're like, shoot, I have 5 more days and I only have $100 more, right? So now you can see, oh shoot, okay, maybe I'm not gonna get this because that's $50 and then I'm gonna be left with $50 left. Instead of swiping your card, because with swiping, you're not really seeing the money leave your account. You're not seeing it leave your account. You're just, swiping away, and then you're hoping the money's there. And then you go looking later and you're like, what? My balance is not reading right. Something's off. But just knowing that, hey, like pulling out cash. If you're like, I only want to spend $100 for the next 2 weeks, maybe you get paid bi-weekly. I want to spend $100 for the next 2 weeks on like eating out, entertainment, personal items, whatever. Now you pull out that $100. Now, as that money get low, now you see the money's getting low. So now you get like, girls, I can't go to brunch because my little entertainment stash is looking skimp, right? And then you realign yourself. If you want to go to brunch next payday, then okay, I need to put away $50 out of my $100, splurging budget or happy budget, or happy money. And then, all right, the other 50 I'm going to use for maybe another event or maybe something else that I want to do. Verly said, can you repost the credit video? I know I have one somewhere. The business credit, or are you talking about which credit video? Because I know I've spoken about credit. Trust me, if you can help them out. I think I have a couple of videos on credit. Tiffany said, girl, you ain't never lie. Right. Yeah, so yeah, it's get really easy to swipe your card. It's really easy. And it's built that way for a reason, because consumers build the market. They stimulate the market. Any type of credit video. Okay, gotcha. Yes, we can do that. Subscriptions. Watch your subscriptions, y'all. You don't have to subscribe to everything. Like if you're paying for Netflix, then maybe your friend could pay for Hulu, and now y'all could trade. Or if you're paying for Disney Plus, and then your other friend paying for Hulu, and then your other friend paying for Netflix, and they'll all trade. Do something like that. You don't have to get all the subscriptions in the world, y'all. Let's do better. Naomi said, all I do is swipe no matter what. Oh no. Oh no. Swiping again. Swiping, Lord. That swipe game is intense. Yeah, and I mean, it's easy to fall victims of swiping life, because it's easy. You just pull out your card, swipe, or you pull out your card, you type in your information, you got your item. Amazon is another thing. So, you have to make it hard for yourself to spend the money. Make it as hard as possible. So take your credit cards out of your wallet, leave them at home, like just go ahead and leave them at home. Maybe you want to just take one card, your debit card that only has $100 on it for emergencies or whatever the case may be. Make it harder for yourself to be able to access your money, when not necessary. Trina says, that's true. I pay as much as cable with all that. Yeah, with all those subscriptions. Exactly. And Tiffany said, swiping, no swiping. Look, like, yeah, it's serious. The swiping is intense. But yes, you all, I do want to say before I go ahead and head off the live that I go live every Tuesday at 6:30. But if you do want to catch the show on the Lit TV network at 6 o'clock, you can do so. You can, it's streaming live if you go onto the Lit TV network website, or you can stream it on Roku TV. Just go ahead and get the Lit TV network application. You can even go on your TV with using, if you have one of those smart TVs, you can actually broadcast your YouTube to your TV so that you can look at it on there. But yes, so at 6 o'clock every Tuesday, you can catch Financially Lit on the Lit TV network, or you can go ahead and tune into the live with me at 6:30. So I appreciate you all. Chat is lit. Thank you, everyone. Yes, thank you for everyone interacting. You got it, Network Girl. So proud of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, so on the Lit TV Network, definitely check it out. Burley said I'm an official fan. I love it. I love it. Oprah, yes. It's not my network. It just worked that way that they're called Lit TV Network, and my show is Financially Lit, and we found each other. And it was like, oh, perfect. I'm an official subscriber. You be giving it up. Thank you, thank you. So what? You on it? Oh, thank you. No, girls, your network. Ah, appreciate it. I appreciate the love. I love it. I love it. Yes. So tune in next Tuesday. Continue to share with your family and friends. Let them know that we are lit every Tuesday at 6:30. If you have any other topics or information that you want to learn about, whatever it is, in the realm of the financial industry, because that's our expertise. I'll also be reaching out to certain individuals and business owners and things like that to go ahead and bring them on the show as well. So it's going to be lit in the future. Be sure to continue to tune in. Burley said, oh, Suzanne said, thank you. Great information. I appreciate you tuning in. You need to tune into the Budgetnista. Oh, no, I love her. She's absolutely amazing. I've been following her for, like 4 years now? It's been a while. Maybe like 3 years. She's definitely awesome. Dope. I'll be back. Much love. Right. I love to collab with Budgetnista. She's cool. But yes, tune in. If you have any questions, if you have any topic suggestions, go ahead and DM us or drop it in the comments. And I'll see y'all next Tuesday for Financially Tuesday. See, I don't want me to get off. Look at this. Naomi said, look at how God worked. The synchronicity is too real with y'all names, right? Thank you for the info, girl. I know. It's like Lit TV. Lit. All right, y'all. I'll see y'all later.